Hey, hello everybody.
Hi everyone.
For a change, we're here at the screen together. Julie's visiting me at the moment, so that's really good for us. We had an amazing time catching up on everything, and we thought we record one time like this
Yeah.
for something different.
Oh, so nice. So nice to be. I think the last time we recorded together was probably a year ago.
Yeah, that's when we started it.
Yeah.
Our journey. I think it was May or June, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. So shall we share a little bit how we've been going?
Yeah. A lot. There's just been so much. I was like, oh my God, what do we say? Did you want to share something?
Yeah.
Is there anything coming to mind?
Definitely, like for me, it's been like so much is going on and so much is coming in. It's been intense the last couple of weeks. It's been nice, but it's been also like bringing up all the more of the old things and old stuff coming up, old thoughts, old patterns. And for me, it really feels like I get pushed more and more to do the things I should be doing, or not even saying I should be doing it, but I feel like the action that is needed now has to be really focused. And like about the last few days, I think it's also about just looking at our old things and our old stuff, maybe where we came from as well, and to acknowledge that they are all parts of ourselves that formed us how we are right now and who we are right now. And also because we're going, I feel a bit like this needle ear, we're going through this intense energy at the moment, from Schumann resonance to solar flares to all these other things that are going on at the moment. I don't know, 6 planets still in retrograde at the moment. And is it 6?
I can't remember how many, but there are quite a few. Yeah. And
so it's really good to revisit everything. And for me personally, I just feel like it's not always comfortable, but I feel like very excited, nearly a bit nervous. It's like that birthing process we've been talking about, really birthing into the new. Yeah. So it's exciting at the same time, but it's a bit like, okay, buckle your seatbelts now, really. Yeah, so it's movement. Movement is here, like big time.
I think we're definitely there now, and everything is like we're right in the midst of it. Things are unfolding very quickly, and it's just that change in perspective, I think, as well. Like, it's seeing the illusion for what it is, but still being a part of the experience as well. Because for me, that's that change in perspective, that some of the things that we focus on and prioritize aren't really the things that are that important. And so it's been this, like just this shift of, it's so hard to describe at times, but like being part of the one, that we are all part of that same consciousness, but then at the same time, we're an aspect of it. So we're separated as well. And so it's just been a lot of that, like seeing the illusion for what it is, that we're having this experience here right now, but then also being in that learning process. Like it's, you can't just ignore it and say, oh, it's just an illusion, I'm not going to be a part of it. It's sort of that balance, that kind of edge, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like a perceptional change that has taken place. It's like we're dripping in and out and dipping in and out and deep diving in our kind of work anyway, it's all these different dimensions that are open up more and more, and so much information is pouring in as well. And exactly that, it's like such a big basket full of information that we realize more and more what's here. And not to get lost, for me personally, not to get lost in too much of the thoughts and trying to analyze it, but to just be. And for me, it always feels like, we forget that we are divinity. We truly are, and then we get so stuck. We had heaps of good conversations here already the last few days. And it's like, like with our human experience here, we get so kind of stagnant and focus only on these little things. But the moment you're able to lift yourself out of that perspective, and even out of not just this life, and the whole on the planet, but everything, and you feel that energy of the one that's all encompassing, that's really when you start that freedom and the flow and the allowing everything to take place and unfold. That's been big actually the last few
I
days.
think so, yes. Not holding on and wanting things a certain way or they have to be like this, but it's actually, yeah, you realize that if you're in alignment with love and with you know, all that is, then things just unfold as they're meant to. You don't actually need to do that much.
And it takes off that all that pressure and intensity and thoughts, and you just drop in and go like, oh gosh, that's easier from here. And then actually magic can take place, really. It's unfolding more and more. And then also we're starting now the month of September. So it's the 9th month. Yeah, for me, that's always a lot of the ending of the old coming in, but also it can bring in already that magic and unexpected magic as well, like gifts or offers or people from the past suddenly popping up, and it's helping us to letting go of like certain knots and ties, and
especially with Mercury retrograde
as well.
Yeah,
that's right. So it's like all of that playing a big role as well. And then equinox is coming on, but we cannot talk about it next time. We're closer to it in our next video. And I think that's about it. Right?
There's just so much that but I think it's like with the human resonance and just the energy that's happening at the moment, just to be easy with yourself as well, because yesterday the energy was just so strong for the both of us that we couldn't really do very much. And it's, at times like that when you're feeling quite tired or, really self-care is really important, and looking after yourself and not getting caught up in the mind, like I need to do this or it has to be like that, but just really just coming back into your body and what do I need at this particular moment. And we know we're very grateful that we have a lifestyle which allows us to be able to take breaks when we need to, but even if you are in the 9 to 5, allow yourself to make that space as well somehow, to really look after yourself in a way.
Even if it's just a moment at the desk where you tune in and just come back into your center, or when you have a break to go outside and really connect to nature wherever you can find a piece, it only needs to be a small piece even. Just that like dropping into self, I think is really important. And then when the energy is a bit ramped up, which has been coming in as well quite a bit, for me, like I feel like it's really good to eat your root vegetables to stay grounded, and nourishing food, self-care. I've done quite a bit of that.
I think for me it's been disrupted sleep, and that has been, normally I can just move through it, but this time around it's like really woken me up. So just things like that, if you're having those moments, just to find ways to give yourself a break and rest.
And allow that as well, not to see it as something negative. It's just something that is, instead of, what our parents, or my parents anyway, they used to say, oh, you need 8 hours of sleep, but it's just, it's not. It's just just feel actually, instead of being in the head, just feel actually, how do I actually feel? Oh yeah, I had only 5 hours, but I feel well rested.
That's right, and that's another good point. Something that I've really, feeling can be actually the pathway to moving through.
Absolutely.
That's something that's become, or has, it's always been there, but it's been really present. And to really just feel what is going on, even if it feels hard, sadness or some pain that you're experiencing, really just allow yourself to get into that, and then it will pass. It's when we resist it that it builds up into something, and we find distractions, and that's when the energy doesn't shift. So
that's right. And find your own little tools to, whatever it is that gives you ease and peace, even if it's just making a cup of tea and sitting down and taking a few deep breaths and putting intentions into your cup of tea, of letting go of certain things or whatever you want to bring in. I think, that's for me, routine and rituals and ceremony are really important as well.
They're really grounding.
So important in my day-to-day life. I just do it because I'm used to it. Okay, I think we should do some cards.
I think so. They're calling. Did you want to go?
Okay, why not? Excuse me. Okay, let's see. Messages for September. Here we are. Any insights, anything we need to work on or look at, anything you guys like to share with us? When I say you guys, I always feel like it's parts of ourselves, you know, it doesn't matter what you read, only if it's a tea leaf. So in Turkey, we do the coffee, reading out of the coffee, or if you have cards, we can all tune in. These are just tools of our higher source energy, and that's the connection to all there is. Ooh. Okay, anything else? I think he's going to leave it there. Yep. All right, so the first card we got here is number 16, the messenger. He is reminding us that messages are going to keep pouring in. It's just about listening and putting your full awareness into it as well. And when the messenger comes in, he's a bit like, it's a 16, so it's a 7, right? In numerology, it's very much about your standing tall and being really connected to source energy, to your higher self. I feel like in this incidents, he looks really, I have to come a bit closer. He really looks at you going like, okay, so are you going to listen? Are you going to take this in? It's just your intuition, it's all of these little things that can give you insights as well. It's nearly a bit like he's looking at like, are they going to get it now? You know, like, so yeah, that's how I feel with him. And the little one is just like, yes, they are. So I'm excited. I feel a bit like this little one actually. Yeah, so keep your eyes and ears and hearts open to receive messages, because they are pouring in. And also trust yourself. No need for doubt anymore. That's what holds us back.
Wow.
And I feel that really strong in my solar plexus right now. It's like, yeah. So, and then we got number 11, master number, the Prince of Shadows. And what we just spoke about in the beginning of the recording is he is bringing up not just shadow aspects, but actually I feel like the royalty of certain experiences we had perhaps in our lives, or aspects of ourselves that we might not be too fond about. But it's that part of you makes who you are as well. So it's like a key that you can use for decoding to step forward. And you know, the 11 turns into a 2, and I feel very much it's about the partnership with yourself again, and really acknowledging all parts of yourself. But then it's up to you to do the movement and the action with focus, because it's not going to come just to us. We're going to have to do the steps. That's what I feel with him. And then if we do that, and she's gorgeous, and I'm sure you guys have seen her before. It's number 45, the Lady of Joy. And it's instantly from that density, and I felt it in the solar plexus, that she's opening the heart space. She's completely open. She's just like in joy, which means you're in full alignment again, heart wide open, connected to the earth, but really stretching out to your higher self and to your higher source energy, to our creator being that we are. And yeah, it's like a dance. I feel like she's doing a dance in the beautiful light that's coming in. And then again, it's a 9. So, you know, it's the ending of the old times and really stepping into the new ways now.
Another transformation.
Yeah. And then I had one more card below these guys, and it's one of the trickster cards. So they haven't got actually a number. And it's like he's saying, all right, so what are you actually going to do about it all? You know? So it's a really good card. It's showing us, I feel that interconnectedness to all there is. You know how mycelium is actually like the internet of the world, and it's connecting to all the trees in the world, and they communicate throughout the entire planet. It's pretty amazing.
Wow.
And it's a reminder, you know, you are part of that community, even though sometimes we feel so lonely. But it's not, you know, we're not. That's why we said it once before, but you know, that's why we really like this community as well. It just gives us that feeling of safety and security. We are not alone. But yeah, I really feel like that, you know, some of them are going like, hey, stop in your tracks, and you know, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It makes me want to eat like mushroom pasta. Can't help it but think about food. Mixed forest mushrooms. But yeah, so I feel also with that, I actually really smell that energy of the earth, of the planet, of really helping us to be grounded and connected. But again, it's up to you what we do with that.
Wow.
Yeah, so don't forget that deep, deep connection. And I would take one of these little cards of the divine doors as well today.
Yes.
Let's see that. I feel like there's one more message in that as well. Oh, I can feel that shifting in my system already, just talking about it all. Let's see what's the other message here from you guys. Intuition.
Oh, how perfect.
Simple, complex, words of pain or words that heal. You come to know truth by the way that it feels. And it's so they are all different doors. So here you go. There you got a doorway, and really strongly connecting to your intuition. And I feel again like it's such a confirmation of what I mentioned before. I feel like it's so important not to doubt yourself and really trust your intuition. And I feel also this is really grounding us in with the color of the house and the door itself. I feel like it's really coming in. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a picture afterwards and we'll show you guys.
Wow, amazing. I just feel like I didn't really say much because I just felt so much from it.
Yeah,
it's almost hard to describe, and just the depth of everything that we're experiencing right now. It's so deep. Yeah, sometimes you just don't need to think about it or analyze it. You just feel it and just let it be what it is.
Yeah,
and let the messages come through, because often we try and use our heads to figure it out, but you don't actually need to. If you just go through that process of just being with it, the messages will come anyway.
Yeah. And there's one more thing that came to mind just now. It's like this funny thing of this human experience where sometimes you see all these things that the normal people do, and you watch that and you think like, wow, it's so weird what we do with human beings, you know? Or the things, it's all so weird. Like this whole thing, you know, we do this and that, and we're watching this whole show go by, and every now and then it's like we're part of it, but yet we're so strongly the observer that sometimes you just think it's just so funny, you know. It's like the Truman Show. Like that, you know, maybe you become more and more the observer, you go like, wow, and then you just have to laugh about it too, like, and then you do that normal stuff that we all do, and you just go, I'm gonna freaking enjoy this,
or not. You know, like I think having that is what gives us a choice. Because we've been conditioned to believe a certain way. Just as the other day we saw a wedding and we just both laughed, because it's nothing against wedding. It's just more that it's so ingrained in society that that's the path that people have to take. But is it really? No. And it's just a funny concept. It's nothing against people doing it. It's just
and they were obviously absolutely happy and all of that. It was just like nearly it was just nearly like something out of this world, you know. It's like this American thing you see on TV, and you're like, okay, right, good, yeah, okay,
why not? Okay, if you want. Let's see what the tarot has to say. It's a message for us for September, or at least the very beginning of September. 3. So let me just see what's at the bottom of the deck as well. So we've got the Lovers. And for me, this is a card of the Lovers being a bit like like the reconciliation of the masculine and feminine within, and coming into that wholeness within, and having that love for yourself, which then enables you to attract love from the outside world, because everything is a reflection anyway of what we're experiencing. And so the more that we can do that inner work to find that love and really appreciate who we are, and that outside world can't help but change as a result. So I feel like this is a really strong reminder that if you're seeing things, if you're struggling a bit with what's happening at the moment or things like that, then really see what's happening within you. What beliefs are you having, or what situations are you creating that is leading to that? Because it would be something from the past that has, you know, traumas that we experience growing up as, you know, as children with parents or with caregivers, that type of thing that will influence that. So it's really a great time to unlock all of that so you can start to free yourself from those old patterns and really come into this space of balance and love for yourself. And really, you know, when you do that, you're connected fully with, you know, the universe or consciousness and everything like that. And that's when everything can just unfold because you're not caught up in falsehood anymore.
Yeah, and it really feels like that again, the connection to the source energy.
Yeah,
I really feel that.
that's right. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then we've got the 9 of Wands.
Okay, so we're not quite sure exactly what happened there. The screen went black, and the whole
just like the human resonance.
Yeah, and the Zoom started again. So we hope we can find the other part and just edit. So we continue.
Let's continue.
Maybe start again with that. I just open this window a bit bigger. That was funny. Oh. There we go. Hopefully we figure it out later.
Yeah. So we got the 9 of Wands, which is, you know, feeling a bit overwhelmed, or he just looks like he's a bit tired and fed up. And so I think for me, when I see this, it's okay. You know, if you're feeling this way, just like we mentioned before, just do those self-care practices and really take care of yourself. For example, when I couldn't sleep this week, you know, just have an easy day as much as you can and things like that. It's just part of the process. And I think sometimes we have this idea that life has to be amazing all the time, or that you're meant to feel a certain way, but it's really just allowing yourself to be, you know, fully where you're at, and it's perfectly okay. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is really, I feel like a lot of manifestation, really creating what it is that you want in the physical world. She has everything. She's abundant and she's in nature. She's at peace. And so it's really, you know, we can have all of that as well. And it's almost like a reset in our perspective again. Like, you can have what it is that you want. We can be this abundance, you know, manifest, or we can, you know, really be connected with nature and all that type of stuff. Like, everything is possible. It's just getting clear about what it is that you want, and there's no particular way. Like in the past, we would have a certain way that you had to do things, but it's not. It's really, you come up with your own way, what is right for you, what really makes you happy from your heart space, and then, you know, take those steps to bring it into the physical by changing your perspective. Because a lot of the time people think, oh, I have to do this, and, you know, how am I going to create that, when, you know, it's really based in old thoughts, old you know, ways of creating things. But in the new way, you don't need to think necessarily about the how. You just need to be able to tune into what it is that you want and build that energy around that. And then, you know, your intuition will guide you, just like Denise's card will guide you as to how you need to move forward. You don't need to know every step of the way right now. And then the last card we've got is the 4 of Wands. And this can be like the 1111 card. Kind of like, if you've been seeing the numbers 1111, then just take this as confirmation that everything is unfolding perfectly. But it's kind of that connection with spirit. It's also about celebration. And so I feel like, you know, when we can be kind with ourselves, when we can be you know, clear about what it is that we want, then we celebrate. And, you know, where if we keep tuning into alignment, like when we find ourselves out of alignment, which is when we maybe don't feel so good, or when we're feeling whatever, it's just acknowledging how you're feeling, allowing it to be there, and then doing whatever you need, like that self-care practices to move yourself along and shift it. So it's not ignoring it, it's not pretending it's not there or whatever. It's really facing it, and then when you feel ready to move it forward. But it's a card. It's a beautiful card of celebration and soulmates and things like that. So and harvest as well.
Even looks like it for me. Like looking at it, it feels like it's the gateway to come through that again.
Yeah.
We're so in that birthing process at the moment and manifesting, and with the numbers they've been for us anyway, it's been just crazy. I mean, it's all been like funny for a couple of years, but now it's just like
it's all the time.
So out of it that it just went next level. We didn't even say anything anymore. We're just pointing at things and go like, did you see that? Yes. It's just like, wow. And it's such a really beautiful tool to use it step by step for your manifestation and creation, and just that reminder, like, I am on track.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot, hey? It feels like a lot. And I share quickly this one because I had to just touch it as well a couple of times while I was just sitting here and taking it all in. It's a celestial quartz. And it's just so gorgeous. It feels like it's nearly like the reflection of what's going on at the moment. If you look at it's nearly like mutilation in there.
Yeah, that's what I initially thought. I love it so much.
I might take a picture with the cards with it.
Yeah.
And it's just got all this amazing geometry as well. But it feels like it's so perfect. Yet when you see it in your, I don't know if you get it like that, it feels nearly like it's not quite right, or feels a bit off or something, but then it's actually not. It's just so perfect. However it is, it's like, no, I don't know. It's just, I can't even put it into words really, but it feels like all the entanglement we had in our lives, so all the thought patterns and behavior patterns and experiences, they're all inside, but then it forms all this perfection around us, the crystalline energy, which we are. So I just felt like it fitted so with the cards as well.
It's just it's almost like what we're experiencing is just part and parcel of what we're meant to experience, and not doing anything wrong or anything like that.
That's it, and it's the movement of all of that, and to be still within that. And not even thinking like, this is bad and this is good, and
duality. Absolutely. Amazing.
Great. Perfecto. Excellent.
Thank you. Yes, I think so. I'm so happy to be able to do this. I hope we can do it again soon.
We said already it's been too long that we saw each other, in person in the 3D.
That's right.
But hopefully you get heaps out of this information, and hopefully we see you next time again on the screen. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Yeah, so much love.
Yeah, thank you much love on your journey. Yeah, exactly. And you're safe and protected. So, just be on that journey and really go in.
Yeah. Good luck. Tell us how you're going.
Yeah, tell us how you're doing. So much love to you.
So much love. Bye, everybody. Bye.